Danster, what's going on? Good evening. Just waiting for the gang to get here. Usually you show in a matter of seconds later. D-Man, what's happening? Soup. Why soup? Just waiting on the gang to show up. They all see the open sign. Wasabi. What's up? Things are good. Things are good. It was a beautiful day today. It wasn't all that hot. And we had, it rained pretty good the other day, which really knocked the humidity level down. And beautiful mid-June day. Braden comes back home because she got recovery from emergency room of depression treatment. Dang. Yeah, we had a turkey eating from our bird feeders, at least pecking at the ground. We've never had a turkey in our backyard the whole time. And getting put on stronger meds. Yeah, nice and cool now. Oh, northern New Hampshire. A friend of mine is from New Hampshire, and the whole family moved here. And when he was a teenager, his dad um, his dad was a Saab mechanic in New Hampshire, and I didn't realize how popular Saabs were up in the Northeast, especially around New Hampshire. And yeah, his dad talks like he's from New Hampshire, even still today. And yeah, he's pretty cool. And him and his son both are yeah, a sob story. Yeah, they're both Saab mechanics. I don't know why they moved up. Oh, mom's from Michigan, and yes, you can have Volvo and Subaru. Oh, it's Tracy. What's happening? So yeah, we had a hand. What's my favorite song? Oh, I have favorite songs, plural. Um, I have favorite bands. Like I really like ZZ Top. I really like Rhinestone Cowboy. I have favorite bands. I really like ZZ Top. I really like AC/DC. I really like Rush. My favorite song, just like my favorite car, can vary from day to day, week to week, month to month. I could just go off the deep end and just listen to a band for 3 weeks. Just a band. Then I'll get sick of it and, won't touch them for a while and listen to everything else. Sometimes I'll listen to sappy crying in your beer country music. Sometimes I want to rock. Sometimes I want to listen to 80s pop music for whatever reason. Nice. Have no fear. The Mexican connection is here. That's right. Max, welcome. Oh, Dan the Man's here. What's up, Dan the Man? Giggity. All right. So yeah, in all the years that we've lived here, I've never had turkey in our backyard, and we had a turkey in our backyard. Just yep, I'm all over the place. Yep. Yep, D man. Yeah, I might want to listen to scream our head off death metal. I might want to listen to, just regular old hard rock. I might want to listen to, sappy 70s soft rock. You never know. I like Merle Haggard. I really like Hag. Oh yeah. Made Mexican tacos. Nice. Turkey jerky. Oh yeah. I have a um I have a Merle Haggard live album on record, and it's really good. He does a melody of a lot of his hits. He does a full version, live version of Okie from Muskogee, but he does a melody where you do Sing Me Back Home, where he does Sing Me Back Home. Um Working Man. There's it's kind of a melody that he does, like a run in. Oh yeah. Yeah, I looked up where exactly you're at. You're like straight south of Lewiston. Lewiston isn't that far away from you. Oh, I do like Waylon Jennings. Yeah, Lonesome Fugitive. Yes. Yeah, this weekend is Brandon man. This weekend is the St. Ignace Car Show in beautiful St. Ignace, Michigan. I highly recommend you go up and check that out. Don't know if I'll be able to, but is it any surprise that I love 80s and 90s music? No, not surprised at all. Woke up to a rainstorm this morning and Mrs. Speck had to head out in it. She came back okay, but then the sun comes out and the humidity spikes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I hate it when it gets, especially around August, it'll just get so damn humid around here, hot and humid, that it's just, you can wear the air. I mean, I'm serious. You just feel the humidity in the air. Mrs. Speck made me a list of songs for our road trips. We'll be live most of the time, so when I'm not sure when the music will come in. I am in Errol, New Hampshire. Never even heard of Errol, New Hampshire. I haven't hardly been up in the Northeast. The furthest in the Northeast that I have been is to northern New York State. I've been up in the mountains in New York State. I've been around Richmond Springs, Richfield Springs, Cooperstown, that area, north of Buffalo. But that's the furthest in the Northeast that I've been. I want to go to Maine. I want to go check out New Hampshire. I want to check out Connecticut. Yeah, I want to check out the more of the Northeast. Maybe I'll have to go hang out with D-Man, have him show me around. I am close to Bethel, Maine. I want to go out to I want to go out on the eastern seaboard up there and go buy a lobster right off the boat. Fresh lobster caught that day. Oh, it's ma lobster. There's nothing here. I have a second place down south by the Massachusetts border. Okay. Is your second place kind of your little vacation spot, D-Man? Is that where you go to stretch your legs and, you know, rest and recuperate? Well, it rolled out of Pittsburgh and moving down the eastern seaboard. I got my diesel wound up and she's a pulling like never before. Eat some fresh crab cakes. Woo, that's some good eating. Oh, yeah. Another Doug that me and my friend Freckle know. He used to be here in Michigan. He met the love of his life, and they moved on down to Louisiana. And Freckle goes down in late winter, early spring, and he goes down. Oh, up north is the R&R location. Right on, D-Man, right on. We'll go with you, Doug, when you tour the northeastern states. I'd love to go through Boston, Vermont, and Rhode Island. Yes. Okay, deal. I think we'd have... Oh, and the inspector's here. Hi, Bruce. I think that'd be a riot. I think us on vacation together would be too much fun. Let's go eat our ways down the East Coast. Lobster rolls. Hi, Dino. Good to see you. I think we would have a blast. I really do think we would have a blast. Yeah, I've been told that Maine, the Northeast, is just absolutely beautiful in the fall. Hey, Tom's here. Hi, Tom. Good to see you. Rent a motorhome for all of you to road trip in. Screw that. We'll just buy one. I'll buy like some big old 78 Travco motorhome with a big block Chrysler. And then we'll all get like 4 miles to the gallon and we'll just split fuel and have ourselves a time in a big old beater RV. can't sleep at any RV parks though because it'll be too old. So my friend Freckle, when he goes down to see Doug down in Louisiana in the spring, they'll go out and they'll catch blue crabs, and he says those are really tasty. So I want to go down and visit Doug down in Louisiana because I want to try them blue crabs too. I hear they're just absolutely awesome. I grew up in Boston, in the heart of the inner city. Now I go there and get anxiety and get a chauffeured beer bus. I got me a Chrysler that's big as a whale. It's about to set sail. That's right. A Chrysler, like a 1960 New Yorker with power steering that I can parallel park the car like dialing the phone. Yeah, I've never had blue crabs, and I was told that they're very good. Doing a Fred imitation. Don't forget your jukebox money. Growing up in New Jersey, says Colleen, I grew up with blue crabs and prefer crab over lobsters. I'm a cheap date. That's fine. Fox Dude, what's going on? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I definitely want to go check out the Northeast. One of the things that I want to get my hands on are Connecticut's porcelain license plates, and they don't they're only done by color scheme. They don't actually have a year on them, so you got to know the colors. But they all start with a C for Connecticut, and then their numbers. And if I had all sorts of Inspector Bruce likes crab, but not with the shell on. I get that. So yeah, if I had all sorts of money to just fling around, I would invest in porcelain on steel license plates. And there's a lot of them from the Northeast, Connecticut, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, um, New York. Still learning how to be polite. I don't think anyone could be nicer than Dino. uh, you can't drown those little bastards. Yeah, I just think it'd be cool to go to some seaboard town and then go right up to the fishing boats and pick up dinner. You know, get a fresh cod or get a um or whatever. You know, fresh right off the boat that day. Yeah, that'd be good because I love cod fillets. Mm. A Peugeot, a flounder. Okay, I didn't know Peugeot made utes. Anything's possible. I bet a flounder's good. I don't think I've ever had a flounder. Had good lobster in Cabo San Lucas. Okay. I would choose cod over salmon. Boy, Bruce, that's a pretty salmon cooked right is pretty good, especially fresh is best. Like a fresh caught salmon like around here. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. Boy, that's a hard one to decide over, Inspector. I'd have to have both. They're white meat and sweet, thin but big. Oh yeah. You're right. You're right. They're real narrow fish, but yeah. Flounder is sizable. Yeah. Okay. Sounds like I get schooled by the old D man. Good. Dan doesn't like salmon. More for me. And expats from Africa who had 504 Utes. Soul man. Soul man. There you go, bud. Sorta. Yeah, there you go, bud. Oh yeah, bud. It was from Australian or New Zealand. There was 3 pictures of it and it didn't show on the show yesterday. Okay. Striped bass is good too. In Australia, they're called barramundi. Oh, okay. Quadruple the tanning pills, Dougster. I don't like salmon either. You can, guys, you haven't had the salmon done right. Apparently, Lady Dougster sometimes as a treat for me, she gets these stuffed salmon fillets, and it's salmon stuffed with like actual stuffing that's got like imitation crab meat and shrimp in it, and those things are pretty dang good. Now, good lobster, scallops, or crab, I'm on board. I'm on board. A friend of mine, as a gift, he brought us scallops. It was around Good Friday time, and where he works, they always have a real nice Lenten menu. And he surprised us with scallops. And I am dead serious, guys. They were like 2.5 inches across. They were the biggest scallops I'd ever seen. I actually went, those are scallops? Because usually scallops I'm used to are like nuggets, like that big around. He's like, yeah. No, she buys it some. She doesn't make it. She buys it somewhere for me, but it's, yeah, the big sea scallops. Yep, big sea scallops. Yes. Yeah, she finds it somewhere for me. She doesn't make it, but big arms, big paychecks, brother. 24-inch pythons. Yeah. You know, why is it that the Macho Man Randy Savage always talks like he's a dad not trying to lose his cool around the kids? I told you guys not to run around the pool. Hulkamania's running wild. Dig it. What's happening, Hulkster? Good to see you. Yeah, I've had some really bad salmon over the years, but I've also had some really great salmon. One of the UFC fighters came out to my song last night. Nice. Hulkamaniac. Every night that Hulk Hogan comes in here, he rips off the yellow shirt. You know he does. Sometimes just for the little to step it up, he goes Hollywood Hulk just so he gets the two, But most of the time it's 80s Hulk Hogan, I'm sure. When it comes crashing down, it hurts inside. Yeah, I want to go. I haven't been very far south, so I want to go see the South. I've never been to Kentucky, so I want to go check that out. Um, so I haven't done much in the South, and the furthest west I've been now is Montana, and that was pretty cool. Montana is pretty cool. Fight for the rights of every man. I thought you were going to say fight for your right to party. Pops caught you smoking and he says, no way. Like, what the? Yep. I fight for the right to. A lot of ticks, though. Yeah. Um, Good defense for ticks. Ticks don't like cedar oil. So you can buy cedar oil, and that's what a lot of that tick treatment stuff that you're buying that you pay big money for, that's its active ingredient is cedar oil. So you can go find cedar oil by itself and add a couple things to it. I watched a YouTube video on it, and you can actually, they tell you the prices like to spray your yard and stuff like that to keep ticks off of the property. Yeah, ticks are no fun. Ticks suck big time. So it was one of those things that you hear about it, and you're like, of course, because back in the day, most houses had cedar closets, cedar-lined closets, because the cedar is naturally bug-free. And then later, when I was doing the living history type stuff, like at No Name Nationals, when I'm sitting underneath my awning, those awning poles are all made of red cedar because cedar's naturally bug free. Bugs don't bother. Bugs don't get in cedar. So that's why I always run the red cedar. So it's like, of course, duh. Yeah, that DEET is pretty harsh stuff, though. And what was it the other day that the guy used cheap bug spray? Yeah, that's right. Inspector's right. Buff just got a tick. Dan had 3 and I had 1. Okay. If you guys do get a tick on you, uh get pluck them off, and then you got, if the head is still in, you gotta get the head out. I mean, it's not going to be fun, but you gotta get that head out. So now another one though is if you're a smoker, you got a tick on you, take a drag off your cig and then put that cig cherry right up against Mr. Tick's butt, and he is not going to like that, and he will get moving. He will pull out and roll. But I don't smoke. Lady Dougster smokes. But yeah. Oh, be right back. Trash night, and I have a round trip of 500 feet. Okay. Yesterday was trash night. Thankfully, they didn't latch on yet. Yeah. What I hate is those little sons of guns have that numbing agent or whatever, so you don't even feel them bury themselves in. What I used to do when I worked on a farm, when we used to have horses, if I seen a tick on an animal, I'd carefully flip Mr. Tick straight up, and I'd take my pocket knife and I'd slit him from neck to tail, and then I'd carefully pop him like a zit, and then just fold him back down. And as long as he's connected to the head, he'll die. But he's made to survive on. If you pull him off and he detaches, he's made to survive on. That's what he's supposed to do. But yeah, if he's still connected to the body, he'll die. But now I know more, and now I would just dig the head out, as much as that sucks. Electrostatic front legs allow leaperage. I feel them crawling on me. Yeah. One guy that I buy my CBX motorcycle parts from, his name is Lewis, and he lives down in Florida. He got bit by 2 teeny tiny ticks, and he got Lyme disease, and it kicked his booty for like 1.75 years. And then he slowly got over it, and then he had to basically build himself back up. It it rocked his monkey, y'all. Like when he was sick, his wife was reporting in to us because I was part of a forum at that time for the CBX motorcycle, and she was saying that that Lewis was sleeping like 20 hours a day, 19 hours a day. Basically, he was getting up long enough to use the bathroom, eat something, drink something, and go back to bed. Like wiped out, like needs help getting put back in bed. So tired. It's like, damn, poor guy. But he got a full recovery. But that was a number of years ago now, probably close to 10 years ago. So yeah, let's be probably now that alpha gal stuff, that's different. But yeah, that was just the Lyme disease out of two teeny tiny ticks. Do 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 do. I always get these suggestions for question and answer topics, and I don't get that. And it's always something silly. There are 5 pervasive medical biological reactions the black ticks carry. Yeah, they're not cool, man. Definitely not cool. And they're really running rampant around here in Michigan. And allegedly, I haven't seen anything that actually backs this up, but allegedly, the reason why the ticks are so bad around here now is because we don't get the um, hard freezes without the snow like we used to. Like a lot of times when we get the hard freezes around here, we already have a blanket of snow on the ground, and then the snow works as an insulator. And I know that's true because we used to build igloos when I was in Boy Scouts. And you'd be surprised how warm it'll get inside an igloo. Not with the blocks or anything. We just do the cheat one where you take you do a big snow pile and then you throw water on it so it freezes up a little bit, and then you dig a tunnel into it, and then you dig up, and then you go in, so the room that you're in is higher than the door a little bit, and that's what holds all the heat in. And it is amazingly warm. What is that? I believe that is a nail on the floor. Oh, reaction. Right on. Yeah, it was amazing how warm it would get inside there with just body heat. Intuit Indian trick. We did all sorts of fun stuff when I was in Boy Scouts. We would do a winter camp. We actually had to stay in cabins, but we do a whole weekend outdoors. And one of the things that they would do is a human sled dog race, where each troop had their own sled. And what we would do is we'd all line up. Each troop there would line up. And they had a course for us to run, and we would race, and that was actually a lot of fun. My troop was always really darn good at first aid, and we would do like first aid competitions. They called them first aideries, and we usually were like first or second place always. That was always a feather in our cap. I'm actually um, really happy that I did scouts when I was a kid. Learned a lot of stuff. Learned a lot of good stuff. Dougster troop motto: anyone there damaged? No, troop motto: be prepared. Our patrol name was the Cobra Patrol. And I ran into, this is now probably in the mid teens, like 2014, 2015. I ran into a young man who is part of my old unit. And I was talking to him and I'm like, what troop are you with? And he goes, I'm with this one. And I'm like, that's the one that I was in. And I go, we used to be the Cobra Patrol. And he goes, we're still the Cobra Patrol. And I'm like, holy crap. That was like 35 years ago, kid. Back from the hiking. Glad you made it, old Mac. Good to see you again. How was your hike? Was it wonderful? Did you hear the owls hoot and the turkeys gobble and the mourning doves coo? You know, for the longest time, I always jokingly called morning doves evening doves because you hear them mainly in the evening. And you know how long it was before I realized that it's mourning like you mourn the death of your beloved person, not AM mourning. Yeah. Oh, skunk. Yeah. We used to run around and go. I hoof heartedly agree. Danny Boyd and Dino are thinking the same way. That's funny. Well, you know, if you hoof heartedly agree, is it something that you heard? we would we used to go raccoon hunting at night, running around, and one of the guys' dogs got sprayed by a skunk, and it was bad. And so we're loading the truck up, and we're going to go to the 24-hour store and buy a bunch of tomato juice because that's what everyone said. Oh, use tomato juice to get the stink off of stink of the skunk off. And this one old boy comes up and he goes, boys, don't buy tomato juice. Buy ladies' feminine product, liquid stuff. And we're like, he goes, that'll get the stink off the skunk. So imagine us at like 3 a.m. in hunting clothes, and everyone's got armloads of feminine product in our hands, and then we're buying it at 3 o'clock in the morning. Nothing to see here. And it worked. It got the stink off the dog for sure. I've heard oh sheep. It worked, but it was weird. We all had armloads, so we bought a whole crap ton of it. Yeah, first we thought the old guy was just pulling our chain, and he's like, "I'm not joking." He's like, "You need that." He's like, "I no BS." Sounds like a sanitary situation. Got the dog clean. That's all we cared about. Just left Cedar Point. Must be listening on the way home, because if you're listening, then maybe you've got a bad shock or spring on your car. Listening to the right or listening to the left? Can't fight the cedar. Well, be safe coming home from Sandusky there, Turbo Tom. A couple weeks ago, I was in that area. Um, we went and me and Dutch went and brought home a car from the greater Sandusky area. We were close to the dragway. I can't think of that. I can't think of that dragway in Ohio, in northern Ohio. Norwalk? I think it's Norwalk. Well, anyways, we were in this guy's backyard, and you could hear him. You could hear him light up the cars. Yep, Norwalk. It must have been Norwalk. Yeah, it's like Summit Motorsports Park or whatever. Yeah, I think it was Norwalk. Yeah, we could. It was in the distance, but you could hear it from the guy's place. Dutch just did a video on that. If you go to Dutch Guy's Garage, he put up a short showing Bob. It's a Plymouth Super Coupe or Dodge Super Coupe, and it needs a little restoration work, but it's a Super Coupe, and they didn't make a whole bunch of those. I think they made like 500 and change of those things to begin with, and I'll bet you there's only a third that survived. So now Dutch has two Super Coupes. One too many. Oh, used to hang with a guy who would drink, so just drink and drink and drink. He'd just get absolutely blasted. Next day, it's like, boy, guy, you drank yourself a snoot full last night. And he goes, what are you talking about? I only had two drinks. And you're like, two drinks? Hey, I go, you had way more than two drinks? He goes, nope, only had two drinks. The first one and the last one. TurboTown would love a two-speed Model T axle proprietary overdrive to your Model T. Makes it a 10-speed system with the existing epicyclic transmission. At this point, just do porn? I don't want to. As good of an idea as that is, all I do is make all the other guys jealous and envious, and we don't want that. So, nah. I know who's that Model A guy I like to watch? Paul Shin. He's a Californian, and he's like real big in the Model A Fords. And one of his Model A's has the overdrive unit in it. And he's doing like 60 miles an hour with his Model A. It's like, holy wow, that's fast for a Model A. Saw a special 26 Model T with that gear system in a short. Oh, cool. Well, yeah, that thing had to, with a 10 speed, that thing had to have been fast. Because I mean, naturally, those T's are only two speed, high and low, I think. I know that those Model T buzz coils, you get them all charged up, and those things will discharge and give you quite the zap. I knew a guy that would take one of those and he'd hook them up to a guy's toolbox one time, and it would you putting the key in the box grounded out the system, and you get a poke through the key. And that was actually because everyone was pranking everyone. And then that was the final straw when the guy did that with that Model T coil, to the point where they all walked around and went, truce, truce, truce. We're done. We're done. No more. This is it. Because those guys did some pretty funny stuff. The one guy had a Chevette, and they bought 6 packs of pop, and then they jacked up his Chevette and they put 6 packs of pop underneath the rear axle, so the rear tires were just off the ground, just ever so slightly. And then he didn't even notice it. Well, we were talking to him, so he wasn't paying attention. He got in his car, started it up, and put it in gear, and the wheels just went zing. And another time they swiped the keys to the car, and they opened up the doors. They put the keys in the ignition, and then they opened up the doors, and then they sprayed water on the door seals, and in the winter time, and closed the doors so the doors froze shut with the keys inside. Yeah, that was a little mean. I'm surprised that didn't cause the truce. He ended up pulling the door handles off of his car on both doors that time, and the guys all, as a we're sorry, all the guys chipped in and they bought him new door handles, outer door handles. Sounds like the same one. Model A crank, 80,000 over piston, bore for 292 wide block pistons and wide block rods. Keep your hands out of car. Yeah, that guy he would do the one. How it all started is that guy would take grease and he'd put it underneath the handles of your toolbox drawers. So you'd go to get in your toolbox and you got grease all over your hands. Ha 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 ha. He thinks that's funny. So the guys are like, "You think that's funny?" Hands up, Honda wheel. Blackjack by door handles. Do love Honda motorcycles. I haven't had my motorcycle out this year yet. I got to put fork seals in it. I'm going to be ordering those real soon. And then I think I got to pull the final drive apart and look at the drive shaft. I may have to replace the drive shaft in the final drive. It's squeaking. And that's not a fun job. I'm not looking forward to that. I don't want to continue to drive it and possibly damage the final drive, because my bike's now 29 years old. It's a 97. Hard to wrap your brain around. One thing I will say though is everyone's like, "What year's your bike?" And I tell them, and they're like, "Really? It looks like new." I'm like, she's the only time she's outside is when she's being used. The rest of the time she's a garage queen. I ended up cleaning out my dial caliper the other day. I was playing with it, measuring stuff, and I noticed it had a sticky spot. She's an indoor bike. Most of the time, well, I noticed that it had a sticky spot and in a few places when I would use it, and it had a gritty, listen to it, it had a gritty sound to it. So I ended up taking rubbing alcohol and a brush, and I cleaned out the gear, because the dial indicator actually rides on its gear drive. People don't realize how much damage the sun does to vehicles. You hit the nail right on the head, Max. Yes, yes, it's terrible. And that's and I've seen the sun damage here in Michigan. I can only imagine, what it would be like in sunny places like Mexico and stuff like that. Well, my CBX before I had all the I know, Cope Racing transmissions to the front. That's right, Levi. Good to see you, Levi. So yeah, I got my caliper all nice and cleaned out. I actually got a bunch of black stuff out of it, so it doesn't have that gritty sound to it anymore. That made me happy. My precision measuring device. Yeah, the my 79 Honda CBX, which is an inline 6-cylinder motorcycle. I think it, from what I've been told, is it was a California bike, and it was left outside in California, and it the red on it was faded out to the point where it was silver, because what they did back in those days is everything got painted silver, because the 79 CBX came in two colors: Perseus silver with a black stripe down the middle of the bike, or it was Candy Glory red. But both of them had the silver base coat, and then they sprayed red candy color over the silver, and it was so faded that it was washed out. All the red was almost gone where the sun hit it the most. But now all that stuff's repainted, and the guy did a awesome job. Costed me a bit, but it was worth it. Regarding calipers as a Reading calipers is a dying trait. Kids these days can't use them. It's kind of it's one of my favorite measuring devices. Yeah, I like it, the fact, because the only thing that kind of sucks about it is with the digital ones is nice, because at least at a button push you can go from metric to SAE. So you can figure out what you got quicker for the conversion. But yeah, I like the fact that it doesn't have batteries to go dead. Not that like a good Mutatoyo doesn't have long battery life, but still, I don't. The dial doesn't have batteries to go dead. And Dr. G is here. He says, I am replacing the whole back plastic fascia on my J body due to sun deterioration to the point where it's chipping into pieces. Oh, yeah. We'll eventually post some videos working on it as I listen to the Dougster. Nice. Good for you, Dr. G. I've seen cars where a small part of the front hood was in the sun and the rest in the shade. It was obvious with the faded front part. Oh, hell yeah. Um, the the sun just murders stuff. Absolutely. The worst color for fading is silver, because silver has no pigment in it. And silver is one of the worst colors to match, because you can get the right paint code and repaint it, and then you'll have sun faded silver and fresh silver, and they won't match at all. Silver doesn't fade, it just dies. Boy, you really made a good point on that, especially old silver. Yeah, silver doesn't fade, it just dies. Yeah. I'll bet you that's very apparent in south of the border. Well, Tony from Tony's Hot Rod Garage, his race truck, his Dodge D100, is a factory silver and black truck, and he's in Arizona. And yeah, that silver's about gone off of that truck. And I'll put money on it. That truck was so sharp when it was new. My uncle had a silver and black Power Wagon when I was a kid that I just loved. Dr. G says a company called Replica Plastics out of Tennessee makes fiberglass replacements for J Body Cordoba and Muratas and several other cars. Google them. I avoided silver cars as much as I could when I was buying and selling. Makes sense to me because everything needed a paint job to get them all spiffed up. When I was where I bought my micrometers, they had a couple of micrometers that had the actual real numbers, digital readouts on them, and but they wanted a lot more money for those. I got a better deal on these, so I'm actually really happy about that. I I know just enough on a micrometer to be dangerous, but I really need to sit down. I've got tool makers in my family, and we're gonna spend some time, and they're gonna show me the finer points so I can actually read these damn things. Yeah, like Scott Speed Shop's dad's silver van. Yeah, it was originally silver. Yeah, it's basically just baked off. And that van had a really cool paint job on it at one time. Yeah, silver just it turns into it eventually looks like primer. It looks like primer. The silver held I had a 91. Yeah, I had a 91 Volkswagen Jetta, and that was silver, and it held up okay. Quicksilver messenger service. Oh, Levi says, I spent a year and a half in a machine shop that made rock crusher parts. Micrometers make me happy and sad all at the same time. I can see that. I can see that. You're like, oh, we're right on the money. Yes. Oh, we're a mile off. Oh, okay, I got to cut a little more off. Damn it, now I cut too much off. Dr. Go says they are the only ones I know doing the replacement parts in fiberglass. Always read where people would try to get interest in some doing a CAD scan and a 3D print, but nobody does it. The only CAD that I do is cardboard aided design, and I'm really good at it. I'm a CAD master. Yes. Um, so that's the only CAD work that I do. Back in the day, I would always break down especially a large box. I'd break it down and I'd throw it in a pile somewhere. And Lady Dougster's like, "Why are you keeping all this cardboard?" And I'm like, "Cardboard's handy." And she goes, "But we have so much of it. Just throw this crap out." And I'm like, "No, cardboard really comes in handy." And then finally I get to show her like the cardboard creeper. She's like, "This is great." I'm like, "Yeah, cardboard creeper, plus you can spill on this and not mark up the driveway and stuff like that." And then next thing you know, she's like, "Yeah, cardboard." Levi says it's an art form. Machining is very hard. I respect the profession. The only machine work I'm interested in is learning now is engine work. Yeah, most of the tools that I want, measuring tools, precision measure. Yeah, let's try that one more time. Most of the precision measuring tools that I want are for measuring engine stuff. There, I said it. offered me it for New Zealand, $1,500.89. Great price for a great car. Suffering rust, but otherwise blemish free. Dr. G says, I used my dial indicator 2 days ago to fix a brake rotor problem. Instrument found the problem. Nice. I've got a cheap Noga, which is basically one of those little posable arms with the little magnet mount that you turn on and off. I got a cheap Noga that was a gift from a friend. He's like, I go, what are you doing with this? He goes, wow, you want it? I'm like, yeah, sure. He goes, you can have it. And so, yeah, I brought that home. And then my friend is a retired machinist. He worked for Pratt & Whitney, and he's got all sorts of tools. And I bought some tools from him. I'm going to buy some more. $208 horsepower net, 290 horse gross. The engine was 600 CFM auto light carb and really strong. Speaking of carburetors, I've been doing some research on, I've been playing with like Google's AI stuff and then just researching my build and everything. And it keeps telling me that my low compression 413, even though I'm going to have nice heads on it, is not going to like my my tunnel ram in street driving, and it keeps saying that I'm going to load it up street driving it. I'm going to have to talk to Andy Wood about all this, because I know that he street drives the tunnel ram on Casper, so he'll be the foremost authority on this. But maybe for the time being, I'll just run a single 4-barrel on it. I'm probably going to be, I figured out that my the mystery torque converter that I have, I was told it was a 2500 stall torque converter, and I was just going to be like, throw it together, it is what it is. But coming to find out, I did ask John Cope one day what I threw him the cam specs for the cam I want, and he said a 3500 stall would be perfect for it. And then come to find out with my research that yes, the 3500 stall converter would be perfect for it. And there's a high performance place about an hour. 550 stall? Wow, 5500 stall. I thought he said 3500 stall. No, you did say 3500 stall. 550 stall. Good God. Isn't that what Tony's got in the Bluesmobile? Hey, Coperino. Jay from Irish Outlaw Garage drives a tunnel ram on the road too. Okay. Well, I'll just have to figure out how to finesse it and get it all right. Yeah, 3,500. That's what I thought. Okay, good. You had me worried for a second there, Cope. But yeah, I've been looking up torque converters, and my God, they're proud of those. And I found one. There's Lane Automotive, which is in Waterville, which is like, I don't know, a little over an hour away from me. I got to go down to 94 and head out like I'm going towards Indiana. And they've got a Hughes torque converter, 3,500 stall for just a tick over $1,000, and that's in my price range. Because I want a better torque converter, but man, they're like $1,600, $1,700, $2,000, and that's kind of out of my price range. As much as I want a good torque converter, but my God, I can't afford that. The British had a 446 pack in the Jensen Interceptor. Yes, they did. It was the Interceptor SP, and the mid-range punch at the six-pack at 3,000 RPM with a stock 2300 stall was insane. 1.9 ton, 3,900 pound car. Hope I'll be pulling my TH400 out of the Laguna soon. I will need to get with you so I can have you help me not screw it up completely. Oh, I can get a PTC converter for 900 from you, Cope? Well, frig, I'd rather give you my money than Lane Automotive. Okay, cool. We can totally do that. Awesome. PTC makes a killer torque converter. I know. I mean, that's what Cope likes, but the one I was looking up on the site was like $1,800 or some crap. Custom made for torque and horsepower. Okay, cool. Good to know. Cool. Yeah, I'd much rather. The Dougie discount? Yeah. I'm all about the Dougie discount. PTC is what's in my car? Nice. Well, that makes me excited. There might be some dietary requirements, though, Dougster. Oh, trust me on this one. I know there's some dietary requirements. My doctor's on me about losing some weight, and you know what? I agree with him. It's time. I need to drop a few pounds. Don't funk with the ketchup. Don't dip the French fry in the ketchup like like old zip ties and bias ply says. Just dip her in the ketchup a little bit. Hell yeah, I'll totally buy it. I didn't realize they were going to be that reasonable. Cool. I'll buy more parts from Coperino. Hell yeah. I just got a I just got a um um flex plate and ARP bolts. Jay, what's happening? It's going all right. It's going all right. Better now that all my buds are here hanging out with me. It's all good in the hood, man. No, just for the torque converter. I agree with you, Levi. Well, my doctor's been pretty lenient with me, and I just had a physical again, and I got a clean bill of health. Like my blood sugar's good, my cholesterol's good, my blood pressure's good. It's I'm amazingly healthy for a fat guy, and the only problem is my weight. And so, yeah, I gotta do something. I need to do something. But I agree. And besides, the more weight I lose, the faster my rod can go, right? Every 100 pounds is how many seconds? Or how many hundreds? Cool. I'm excited about that. I'm glad I talked to you tonight, John. You want to order a 904 1996 Jeep Wrangler inhibitor switch from you? Would you accept a New Zealander market export VIN number from a right hand auto 97 export model? My workmate is waiting for one. Told him Wranglers didn't have 904s after 1996. Nice. Yeah. I'd much rather give you my money, John. Much rather give you my money. But now I don't have an excuse to go wander around Lane Automotive. That place is actually pretty cool. But oh well, that place is expensive anyway. Hell yeah. I'm stoked now. And I got a nice big trans cooler that I'm going to be running with that setup in my 727 to keep everything hopefully nice and cool. Or what the lockup clutch equivalent is for a 96 non-HO 4.0. That is definitely a Coperino question. I don't know. I do have some of the like when I build my big mean engine for shop truck, I also want to build a big mean transmission too, and I want to do a lockup 727 with all the Cope goodies in it, and with a Cope reverse manual valve body with lockup, and I've got a lockup input shaft and lockup pump stator. At my friend Dutch's place. I actually paid him for the stuff and was gonna go bring it, and then he couldn't find the input shaft or the pump stator. It got put away in his part storage, and it got drunk out that night, and he couldn't find it. He goes, "Sorry, Doug, I can't find it." Any truck updates? The last thing I did to shop truck is I got to get some tires swapped over on shop truck. Last thing that I achieved on shop truck was I got the fourth cab mount installed. It's I got two of the holes. I drilled one of the holes out. The bottom one already was in place, and I got one of the upper ones in place. So 2 out of the 3 where the cab mount bolts to the frame is bolted in. 2 out of 3. I still got to drill one more hole, and then I got the cab mount and bushing and bolt into the cab. So the cab is actually sitting on 4 cab mounts right now. And then I thought for sure that stupid thing had a 9 1/4 in it, and it doesn't. It has an 8 1/4. So I got this really awesome custom made Ram's head 9 1/4 diff cover that I got from Dutch, and I went to go put it on that truck, and I laid down underneath it and I looked at it and I'm like, wait a minute, that's a circle cover. And the 9 1/4 cover is like a diamond, or yeah. So I'm like, that sucks. So I'm like, okay, cool, because I bought a 92 Dodge that was wrecked for the cab. So the cab off the 92 went on to shop truck. So I'm like, that I got a spare axle. That's a newer truck. That's got to have a 9 1/4 in it. No, I went and looked at that. That's got the circle cover too. Yeah, D is for Dana. Yeah, I want a Dana 60, but the problem is finding a Dana 60 truck axle that's 5 on 4.5 is hard to find. All of the truck axles that I'm finding, like a semi floater, all the truck axles that I'm finding are 3/4 ton, 1 ton, 8 lug axles, full floaters. And then you've got to go find the axles, and then you got to convert it from a full floater to a semi floater. And then yeah, you're going to be investing a lot of time, money, and effort. And a 9 1/4 is really strong as a Dana. So as much as I want the Dana in shop truck, I'd be happy with a 9 1/4. So Mean Street Mopar was saying that he's got a 8 3/4 truck axle for me, and I may run an 8 3/4 truck axle in shop truck, but I'd rather have a 9 1/4 with a limited slip and a 355 gear. There's a guy in my area that is he's a Dodge truck specific guy, and I know he's got a whole pile of axles, so I'm going to go talk to him, see if he doesn't have a limited slip 355 gear 9 1/4. I'll swap that into shop truck because I don't think that 8 1/4 is going to like all the torqueys that that my big block's going to be throwing down, especially with the open diff. I don't think it's going to like it very much. Missed it by that much. That much. Actually, let's get exact, shall we? Missed it by that much. Yeah, one wheel peel. And actually, the one wheel peel is kind of funny because one side, oh, you'll take off, and then one side will grab, so you're getting all the power on the right side, and all of a sudden, all the power will just shift over to the left side. And now all of a sudden, she's pushing hard on the left, and then she'll go back to the right. It's weird. those those open diffs are weird, man. Sub 354 gear ratios are a problem. I think that big block with a 355, 354 gear, I think it'll be pretty happy still. Because I do want to get some mileage out of the truck. Because I don't want to rev it to the moon out of 411. Yeah, 355 gear I think would be just fine. And not to mention that's like the Chrysler gear. It seems like everything under the sun, if you didn't specify a gear ratio, it would come with a 355 gear. My dad had a 1990 Dodge D150, or sorry, W150 Royale, and it had a creeper 4-speed in it. But it had the LE interiors, an LE Royale. So it had air conditioning, power windows, power locks, the good cloth interior. It was a really posh truck, but it was a heavy half truck, and it was ordered with a 323 gear in it. And that truck on its best day got 10 miles to the gallon. And I drove that truck to work for a while because my vehicle was down, and I was trying to drive that thing as nice as I could to try to weasel just a mile per gallon better out of it. No, that truck got 10. That truck, though, you could put it in low lock and put it in granny low and then floor it like on a dirt road. You could floor it, and at full throttle, that thing wouldn't register 10 miles an hour on the speedo. And I told that to a friend of mine, and he didn't believe me. And I'm like, well, here, turned off to a dirt road, put it in low lock, put it in first, and I floored it. I go, watch. And he's like, holy crap. I'm like, yeah, it won't do 10 miles an hour. Apparently Dana doesn't have a factory 288 or 308. Yeah, usually you find those with, like, I think I think the tallest gear that you'd find is like a 354. Usually they have like uh usually they have like 410s, 410s or 488s. Yeah, 488s. What was that gear in Joe's Firebird? Joe had a 71 Firebird that had a small block Chevy in it. 556s. He had 556s in that thing. My God. We got him believing in the gospel of Mopar because he had that real low gear set. He bought the car with the gear set in it, and it had a 400 Chevy in it, and he would just drive that thing like he hated it. And it was, you'd see Joe around, and all of a sudden you wouldn't see Joe around. He'd be cruising his daily. It's like, where's the Firebird? He's like, it's broke, it's down again. And we're like, dude, get yourself a Mopar. You won't have that problem. Just us Mopar guys being Mopar guys. And he actually listened to us. Joe went out and bought himself a 70 Roadrunner 383 automatic car. And he comes back, he goes, I love this thing. And we're like, why? He goes, I can take it and I can beat the crap out of it. And it says, thank you, sir. May I please have another? Yeah, and his Roadrunner was plumb crazy. Not factory. Somebody painted it plumb crazy, but did a real nice job. That was a nice car. I was so jealous of Joe because his Firebird was okay. It was white, but it was poorly done a long time ago. But yeah, when he bought that Roadrunner, I was like, oh, nice car, Joe. It's a good ratio. All Mopars are designed to rev out enough if you don't have enough gear. Long rod Mopars never die. I can get behind that. I was on Jamie's live. Why don't you like 451 strokers? Because it doesn't have Hey, it's Mean Street Mopar. What's happening, Ken? How's that small block coming? Old Mean Street Mopar's diligently working on this on his on that 318. I think that thing's gonna be a howling beast. He's putting in the work for sure. I like it. If money was no object, I would build like a 545-inch stroker big block. But that's like if I just had like Daddy Warbucks money. It's just like, make it so. The biggest crank you can in that son of a buck. Mopar guys make me laugh hard. Even Andy Wood gets Chris when I say the 426 Elephant Mopar got everything right the first time. What I would like to have seen make fruition, a couple of Mopar engines I would have liked to have seen come to fruition. One was the Doomsday Hemi, and two was the Ball Stud Hemi. The engine that was supposed to replace the 426. They were supposed to come in two displacements, 444 cubic inches and 400 cubic inches. And it was going to have a valve train in it, more like a big block Chevy, because Chrysler Corporation was losing money on every valve train on the 426 Hemi because of how specific and unique it all was. Ford guys then argue front sump cracking blocks and dual quad carbs synchrony. Ooh, I like Primus. I like Les Claypool. That dude is a freaking genius on the bass guitar. He makes that thing look easy. Yeah, front sump. That doesn't make any sense. My when I pulled that engine out of that motorhome, that 413 originally had a front sump in it. Hell, the old power wagons and the old swept lines, some of those big blocks came with front sumps in. I was like, really? It's okay, Main Street. I just have WNV. Well, I think you're right. I think that 318 will surprise some people. Well, I mean, look at how awesome Bottle Rocket's 318 is of Uncle Tony's garage. And I mean, that thing was impressive. When he raced Andy Wood in Casper, and that thing one wheeled for a second, then she lost traction, bit again, and almost one wheeled again when he launched that thing. I was so impressed. And Tony won in the eighth mile, but Andy was closing the gap considerably. And I think if that was a quarter-mile race, Andy would have won. But because um, Tony got him on the launch. Tony had him out cold on the launch. And then, but as Andy got motating, yeah, like I said, he closed the gap considerably. Oh, right there is my Franklin air-cooled grease cap, new part of the collection. I think I showed that here on the channel. Hey, Mohawk, what's happening? Good to see you, bud. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, Ginger. What's happening? Okay, I'm going to go get myself something to drink. Talk amongst yourselves. Enjoy the license plate collection. Ooh. I'm back. So get this crap. So I intended today to go to the Big and Tall men's store because I needed to buy some underwear. And so I'm out of work and it's like headed over to the Big and Tall men's store. And then I thought, well, wait a minute. So I stop in the parking lot at work and I look it up and I pull up the store and I see how much a 3-pack of the underwear that I usually buy. And they're now $38 for 3 pairs of my underwear, right? And I thought, well, what the hey? I look on the Jungle site. I got 7 pairs of underwear delivered to my doorstep for less than the price of 3 pairs at the cash and carry Big and Tall men's store. Yeah. So I got 2 packs. So I got 14 days worth now. I know you guys are just totally wanting to know about my underwear, but yeah. I got new underwear moving up in the world. But I just blew me away. It's like, really? 8:30 already dark? It's still daylight. See, still daylight. Yeah, it does pay to shop around for sure. And I mean, I thought, if I save a few bucks, but underwear, what's that? I used to be that guy. I used to be that guy. Not anymore. Well, the other thing that I was looking up um, is oil for Betty. And I remember not that long ago, a friend of mine said, you can get better prices on engine oil at the big box hardware stores. And it's one of those things that, you get told that and then you forget about it. And so I was comparing prices on that today. I was just shopping around all over the Horn. Holy crap, guys. I was going to the local big box auto parts store and paying through the nose for oil. And I found it like $15 cheaper. Yeah, $15 cheaper at a big box hardware store. So yeah, I know where I'm buying oil now. I'll save $30 on the 10 quarts that I buy at a time. Because Betty, when I change the oil in Betty, it takes 7. So I just buy 2 5-quart jugs. I couldn't believe that. I'm like, I was overpaying by $30. Holy crap. Moving on up, nothing can stop me. Talking about the Jeffersons, are you? Beans don't burn in the kitchen. Beans don't burn on the grill. Moving on up to the east side to deluxe apartment in the sky. I'm always after the better deal. Oh, what's happening? Good to see you, Junkyard. How are things out west? You're the second guy tonight that says soup instead of sup. D-Man said soup way earlier. I know what song he hates. The only clue that we have is that it is um, something that he heard at a Texas Roadhouse. What? Soup? Yeah. Broccoli cheese soup or minestrone or alphabet soup. Oh, at Texas Roadhouse. Yeah. Isn't that what I said? All right, Junkyard D got Carrie back out on the track this weekend. Ah, the starter went out. Oh, yes, they call him the Streak. Look at that, look at that. He's not proud of his physique. Oh, we got Lars here. What's happening, Lars? Ray Stevens. He's so funny. It's me again, Margaret. Is this Margaret? Soup E sales. Oh, I also I've got fuel tank options now. I was thinking about getting a flat fuel cell for the bed, inside the bed on Shop Truck. And then uh Dutch was telling me that he's got a ram charger, a plastic ram charger fuel cell that's still in, or not fuel cell, fuel tank that's still in pretty good condition. And I know I can get all of those parts like the straps and the sender and all that stuff. So I might put a ram charger fuel cell in the back of Shop Truck, or not fuel cell, ram charger fuel tank in the back of Shop Truck, because that'd be a pretty good place to mount the tank, and I'd still have a bed to use if I wanted to haul stuff with my truck. And I'm like, well, wait a minute, wouldn't I have to move the gas filler to the backside of the wheel well? And he was saying that we can work it out to where it'll still fill from the factory point back to the tank. So that'd be cool. So I got options. I like options. Half cut, and I often get the pips. A lot of people don't know what pips are, besides Gladys Knight and the pips. Quickly, quickly, what are pips? Without looking it up on Google, what are pips? Besides the backup singers for Gladys Knight. Google's happening now. They're all looking out. What are we, 2 weekends away from the 4th? Summer's halfway done already. Isn't that crazy? The dots on dominoes. Golf ball dimples or dice dots? No. Good guesses, though, kids. Good guesses. Pips be like a pit, but much more. Mohawk is close. I can never remember. I'll give a few more guesses. Don't cheat and Google it, though. Mrs. Ecstasy taught me. She knows if I know something, it's because of the normal crap I ain't saying no longer. All right. So if you give up, a pip are the seeds inside an orange. Yep, peeps. Pips are the little seeds inside an orange. Summer is not half over. It doesn't even start till about the 21st. Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Keep your pip hand strong. That's right. Ah. No, pulp. Pulp is the remnants of the orange. The pip is the seeds. Like you eat an orange and you spit out the seed, that's a pip. Yeah, personal improvement program. Find another job. Yes, yes, yes. Pip fiction. Yeah, summer starts on our anniversary. That's awesome. Orange Pip? No, Orange Whip. Yeah, he's right. Orange Whip. Orange Whip. Orange Whip. Orange Whip. Orange Whip. 3 orange whips. Pip pip hooray! uh, what are tomato seeds called? Slime boogers? Pip pip cheerio! You guys are on fire tonight. Go everyone. Pip goes the weasel. Yep. Yep. Uh THC DNA. Whoa. Pippin ain't easy. Nobody said Pip Puree. Pippi Longstocking. That's right. I don't want to hear a pip out of you. Flip flop. Plip plip fizz fizz. Oh, what a relief it is. Pip goes weasel. Oh, that magician guy, Pip the Magic Dragon. He's funny. Pip Squeaker. Yeah, what you gonna do about it, Pip Squeak? I was just gonna say that. It's Pip to be square. Well done, Mr. Wilburn. Pip, Pip, and everywhere. Pip, Pip, so Pip to be square. The smoking night. The tragically Pip. Ooh, ooh. We're going way further than I ever thought. We've got a brain trust happening tonight. A pun brain trust. I love it. Silky mortgages. Pip Pip George. Oh, the cartoon character, Pip-Eye. He eats his spinach. The Wonderful World of Pip. I absolutely love this. Well, you know, in a vehicle, wouldn't it be a Pip Up truck? Or, you know, you could have Pip Up girls. Nudie Magazine, Pip House. Aren't you glad it didn't say Pip again? Pip the Magic Dragon lived by the sea and followed in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Little Jackie Paper loved that rascal Puff. He brought him strings and sealing wax and other fancy stuff. You get a Pip, and you get a Pip. Everyone gets a Pip. The Pip and the Pendulum. Ah, yes. Now we're talking about the dark works of Edgar Allan Poe. Quote the Raven, never Pip. I mean, more. The Pip and the Pendulum. You could also have like the Lion, the Witch, and the Pip. I mean, the wardrobe. Keep your fuzzy dice off my mangled device. Bye, Ma. Good to see ya. Have a great evening. And they called it Pippi Love. Customized Volkswagen van, a Pippi van. Oh, how I can. Oh, how I can't stand it. A Clockwork Pip. That's right. You think that movie's strange? Read the book. That is a strange novel. It's hard to read. The Flava Orange Love. Try Pip again. I'm selling the Corvair Greenbrier. Is anyone interested? Man, I don't think I could fit behind the wheel of one of those things, but those Greenbriers are pretty cool. See, I was misinformed. I thought the vans were just Chevys, and then the ramp sides were and I thought the ramp sides were the Greenbriers, but no, those are Chevy ramp sides or rear loads, depending on where the ramp was, and the Greenbriers were the vans. So I was the other way around. Bye, Ginger. What are you looking to get out of that Greenbrier van, Jay? Does that van run, drive, stop? I know it runs. 55 a year? That'd be pretty good money. Alan Alda Pipberry. I think all the beans is a great name for a channel. Because you know what he's gonna give it. Well, if we have Al and Alda Pitberry, then you also have Holly Pitberry. Or you could have Pipper Fonda. I'm trying to get at least 3,000 out of it. Is it solid? Is that Greenbrier pretty solid? Because there's a guy up here. He got it, but there isn't much. It's a long way to pip away. Pipperary. Zycron pip tweezers. Oh, for barbecue guys, you could be a pip master. Barbecue pip. That's to go well with Wilburn's The Pip and the Pendulum. Yeah, there's a business out south of me that used to have a Corvair van RV, but the thing was just left out to rot. And a friend of a friend ended up getting it, and he basically had to scrap the whole camper. It was so bad. Jay says, yeah, the body's solid. It runs and drives, and I have the windows for it now. Awesome. Pitbull. I just love how we just feed off of each other. I say something that makes other people think of something. That's just great. Yeah, Pitbull. The dog or the rapper? I might be doing with a friend of mine. We'll see if we'll do the revive and drive or if we'll just trailer it home. But the cop did a pip maneuver. Oh, he did do a pip maneuver. Young Pip publication. Oh, Pippy Le Pew, Pip Tarts. So, speaking of Corvairs, a friend of mine, actually a pretty close friend of mine, he is inheriting his uncle's 65 Corvair four-door. And it's a beautiful aquamarine blue. And it was his uncle's pride and joy. He was very proud of the car. And let's Pip again. Ooh-wah. And it's that's right. Got to make a pip stop. That's right. Good job, Levi. Oh, we also have on Star Trek: The Next Generation, we have Jean-Luc Picard, a Pip replacement. I had a pip replacement. So my friend's uncle has passed on, so the car's been sitting for a couple of years, and the car's probably 5 hours away, 6 hours away, probably five. And I suggested that maybe we drive it home and then just follow him with a truck and trailer as a plan B. If she doesn't make it, we just load her up on the trailer. But so we'll see how finances go and if he can pull it off. But I'd like to. That thing has 13-inch tires. Really should pop that pimple. I don't have a pimple. Oh, the pimple. Ah. Ha, 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 ha. Like, I don't have one. Semi-encapsulated pit ball tire replacement. Piptacular. Yeah, that Corvair came factory with 13-inch tires. So I suggested that he go find a set of Corvair wheels and then get just a cheap set of new tires in 13-inch. Eat some pipcorn. That's right. That way we just go down, look at the brakes, see if the brakes. Like, I'd like to have everything we need on hand. Like, have a set of points. An alternator wouldn't be too hard to find, or the generator. Oh, Faith says, I'm so excited for Thursday. I'm going to a hotel with my friends in Braden. Nice. JYD got drug into the pips this weekend. Transfers all the beans from the ground floor. Nice. So yeah, I would like to have like points on hand, and of course, no Corvair guy should be without a belt, which I think there's already one in the car, but just in case. But yeah, I'd like to have everything on hand, so if there's that, because I mean, it's not like we're going to be able to swing into the local Napa and just get parts over the counter for that Corvair readily. So I'd like to have it all on hand, but that'd be a pretty cool adventure. And he already's like, and you can film the whole thing for your channel. I'm like, okay. Yeah, I'll tell you what, guys, on a scale of 1 to 10, this Corvair is an 8.5. It's a nice car still. It's a very nice car. It's a beautiful color of blue. Yep, I think Dean said it all for us. Yep, I agree. A one-eyed people eater. One-eyed, one-horn flying purple people eater. Oh, come and see the letter people. Come and meet the family. Who remembers the letter people? all the deans. All the deans racing. You should make a channel. Just all the deans racing. Deans only past this point. This is a dean only zone. All the deans. My girlfriend's a Pippa. Oh, thanks, Justin. I've got a couple. Some there. Some there. Some there. Oh, some down there. Some over there. some over here, some up there, some over there. Yeah, I got a couple, and that ain't nothing. I got way more. This is just the ones that I've got out. I'm drinking a Pips, but none of my head won't let me say. And not to mention, we have special equipment, special vehicle. The Pimpopotamus song. Smokers can use a Pippo lighter. Used be Pips down. Justin and I were working on his Nova a while back. We finally got the rusted out gas tank pulled out. And then we realized the sad truth that the Nova's fuel lines are not the happiest. So going to be ordering a set of fuel lines for it and a fuel tank sender. But we're going to step it up to 3/8 fuel line and a 3/8 sender so we can get more fuel up to the carbomotator. So she'll be laying down more horse torques in no time, man. Gladys Knight and the Pips. That's right. On the midnight train to Georgia. She's on the midnight train. That little pipsqueak. I stick with Mountain Dew. That's right. I like Mountain Dew. It's good stuff. The Mountain Dew brand to Pepsi Cola is 40% of their total soda sales is the Mountain Dew brand, which makes sense because, I mean, they make every flavor with Mountain Dew. From orange Mountain Dew to blue Mountain Dew to this Mountain Dew, that Mountain Dew. Yeah. But 40% is huge. Mountain Dew was originally a lemon lime drink to be mixed with whiskey, and that's why it had the Mountain Dew name affixed to it. And then somehow it evolved over into the green beverage that we know today, because Pepsi acquired it in like 65 or 66. I have a full hey Kev, what's happening? I have an original Mountain Dew bottle still full of Mountain Dew. It's got the hillbillies on it. It's got the hillbilly with a lead propulsion device in his hand. It's got the pig on it. It's got the outhouse on it. It says it'll tickle your innards. And then I also have a bottle of Pepsi that is now 50 years old, and it was bottled in my grandfather's Pepsi plant that he retired from. If you read the side of the cap, it says Pepsi Metropolitan Bottling Company, Wyoming, Michigan. And I don't, I won't say that. So that's kind of, that's kind of special to me. When there's nothing going wrong, you can pip it into shape. Get it moving. It's not too late. Move forward. Move ahead. What a pip. We've been, I asked everyone what a pip was, if they knew what a pip was, and they didn't. I told them that's the seeds in an orange. And then we we've just been on this little pun fest of trying to work Pip into everything. Crack that Pip. That's right, Lars. I miss Mountain Dew Pitch Black. Yeah, you my one friends, they love the Mountain Dew Mr. Pip. That's right. Um almost got so much chip after he swung his my friends love the Game Fuel, the Mountain Dew Game Fuel. Yeah, I got a friend of mine who he doesn't drink anymore, and his favorite pastime is all things Mountain Dew. They helped out some friends, and good one, old Mac. He helped some friends out, and they paid him to do the job. But as a bonus, they literally filled the trunk of their car with. They like went to the store and bought out all the Mountain Dew. Like it was just the sea of green in the trunk of their car that they gave to my friend Alex as a thank you. And I mean, it was cans, 12-pack cans, 24 packs, bottles of Mountain Dew. It was like, holy crap. He goes, yeah, they paid me for the job, and then they gave me this too as a tip. Does YouTube like me today? I don't know. We shall see. I guess we will. Spectacularly nice. Wait for it. I don't think I can fit in my black leather or denim Pepsi jackets anymore. Okay, that sucks. The denim Pepsi jacket, was that from Pepsi stuff from back in the day when you saved the caps to get stuff? Because I love the Pepsi stuff story where the guy, because they showed in the commercial where you could get like 16 million Pepsi points or whatever and buy a Harrier jet. Well, you could buy Pepsi points for so much a point. So if you're a little short, you could just buy the rest of the points so you could get the whatever. And the guy got an investor, and then they bought the necessary points, and then they tried to get the Harrier jet, which is only a joke, but they were trying really hard to get the Harrier jet because they advertised it, so it's got to be so, right? I think what it boiled down to is him and the investors were hoping for a payday. Made with government supplied labor. The government motors. Got my brakes handled. It was the master cylinder. That's what it was starting to sound like, Kev. The more we all talked about it, and as the think tank was moving along, both came from the Pepsi Points contest. Oh, the leather coat too? Cool. Cool, Mohawk. Good. No leaks, but it was bad. Yes. I'm glad you got it all figured out. Yeah, the more we talked about it, the more I was thinking, no, it doesn't sound like the symptoms of a bleeder or of a booster, but of the master cylinder. Speaking of brakes, me and Lady Dougster put new calipers and pads on the front of Blanche, the Avalanche. That worked out pretty good. She and I worked like a well-oiled machine. We had no wasted time. I was busy doing something while she was getting stuff done, and she got it unbolted. I took the wheel off for her, and she got everything unbolted. By that time, I had things over, and yeah, we were like a NASCAR pit crew, man. We got things done. I'm proud of Lady Dougster. I like the fact that she isn't afraid to pick up tools and get her hands dirty. She's turning out to Lady Dougster's turning out to be a damn good wrench, y'all. I'm proud of her. And as a matter of fact, Justin, uh, here on the he's turning out to be a pretty damn good mechanic too. I'm proud of both of them. I bled the ABS unit with a stick between the seat and the brake pedal. Worked great with power seats. Yes. Took like 20 times, but I got it. Good, Kev. That's impressive that you made it happen with your predicament and everything. I'm impressed. Disability does not mean inability. Good for you, Kev. It's a Pepsi in the USA. Hmm. One of my favorite things to use for bleeding brakes is that I learned is the bottle with some fluid in the bottom of it, and then a hose that goes all the way down to the bottom of the bottle, and then you use that to pump it, and then it works as an airlock. So if it sucks up anything, it's going to suck up fluid and not more air, and that works great. Because the old way was just like what Kev was talking about, where you take like an old snow brush or a stick or a board. Yeah, hindsight's always 2020. Yeah, that excuse me. Yeah, that bottle idea that works out Marvy. Just Marvy. Just leave the bleeder open, make sure this hose sits tight on the bleeder screw, and yeah. Yeah, pump, 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 pump. It's great. Yeah, everyone's like, "Oh, you need a pneumatic bleeder," and I'm like, "I wouldn't use a pneumatic bleeder. That works pretty damn good. Then I wouldn't have my pee bottle if I'm a pants and I ain't afraid to show it." Caulking gun would work too. Yeah, it would. Huh? It would work. Oh, for the pedal, yeah. To hold the pedal down. Yeah, a caulk gun. I was thinking for some reason on the collecting fluid on the. Kev. Uh, it depends on how big the crack to fill is. This is true. And on the construction site, everyone's staring at my caulk gun, that is. This is true. Still have a bleeder ball from my army days, but brake fluid in the top and 40 psi in the bottom, and put the valve over the master cylinder and open the valve. Oh, okay, okay. The bleeder ball. So you actually are having pressurized brake fluid in the top of the in the top of the master cylinder. I've heard of guys, yeah, I know exactly. I know exactly what you mean. I've seen those. Seen guys make the homebrew version of those with bug sprayers. If I can find my truck keys, we'll drive out of here. Doesn't matter what color the caulk is, it's how you use it. That's right. That's right. The much purchased an antitrust issue requiring Federal Trade Commission action. I really enjoy Monday nights. Hanging out with y'all is always fun. I hate to do it, but we've been on for over 2 hours, so I'm going to be shutting it down. I always have fun with you guys, and I really look forward to Mondays. Pink and Burble is the grip. Guys, thanks for coming in. Thanks for hanging out with me. And as always, let's be like the Beach Boys and let's get together and do it again. You pippy pooper. Every party needs a pooper. That's why we invited you. So, be here next week. Same Dougster time, same Dougster channel. Bye, everyone. Bye, Inspector Bruce.